Welcome back to part 2 of our Christmas themed watercolor bookmark tutorial. If you missed part 1, it will be linked in the description, along with today's sketch and materials. For this next bookmark, I'm mixing up a nice yellow color, which is a combination of Windsor yellow and Indian yellow. The Indian yellow is much stronger. And then with something like your number 8 brush, you put that yellow all over, except that you do a little bit of negative painting for the snowman in the window and the Christmas tree. So you paint around those, thus leaving the white of the paper, the English style of transparent watercolors, where we use the white of the paper for our whites. So just a nice wash all the way over, apart from those two little areas. And then once we've done that, you'll see that at the top of the window where the light is lightest from the light bulb, we just make it a little bit stronger for the glow from the lights. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. So now mop up as necessary and dry. Then we've got some light red and a little bit of Windsor blue. It makes a nice dark brown color. We'll be using this for the brickwork, and once again a different type of negative painting where we have laid down a color and we want that color to shine through at certain locations, such as the mortar on the brickwork, and therefore we do negative painting in that respect. The flat brush is perfect for doing this, to get the shape, and by all means here and there it won't be quite so uniform, which keeps it interesting, and is often the case with brickwork anyway. And for the frame, you'll use the same dark color. Much later on, we'll come on to the rest of the window. So you can use something like your number 6 for the frame, or if you have a number 4, whichever you feel comfortable with. Then carry on with the brickwork. You will see this method is very useful to create a nice glowing situation for your principal part of the artwork, such as the window frame. For the bottom section of the brickwork area, that can just be blocked in with a combination of the brown color and then some added Windsor blue, just to give a little bit of variation. So the bottom section of the wall. Then we're going to use some Scarlet Lake for lights on the Christmas tree. And we'll use another color as well. Your choice as to what you want. I just wanted it to be quite bright. I got some orange or yellow going on as well. It's best to do those lights first, dry that off, because we will then be painting around those when we do the green of the tree. For our snowman, got a little hat, and then do his face, and so forth. And we've got a couple of little stick arms will come along later. Use that brown color or make it darker as you wish, almost black. And I would say at this stage, I don't use black directly from the tube. I find it jumps off the page too much. You wouldn't notice so much here, but in general, for landscapes and so forth, it's best to mix it up from your three primary colors. A few little presents in boxes at the bottom of the snowman there. And you can play around with this. You could put other things in the window if you want. You might want a cat sitting in the window or a dog peering out, or other Christmas items in the window. So you can play around with that. Just use this general principle for looking through a window type theme. And of course, you could use it whether it's Christmas like this one or any other occasion or just in general. So there we are. We've painted in the green for the Christmas tree. Little white bits here and there where lights are shining. And then you can now do the rest of the window, having painted those principal objects. Just having to move that palette aside temporarily so that I can get proper access. I like to keep the paper in one position for these tutorials so that you can properly see everything that's going on. It's very frustrating if you only see at angles and it's being moved around all the time, etc., etc. Then for the final painting here, we've got some green going on for the leaves. You can do Windsor yellow with a little tiny touch of the Windsor blue to make it a light green and block those in. A brush that you feel comfortable with, whether it's a number 6 or number 4, as long as it's got a nice point to it so that you can achieve accuracy at those edges of the leaves. And later on, we will be come along and darkening those edges. And we'll be dropping in a little vein of the leaf as well. Here we go. Dropping those edges, doing those edges whilst the initial colour is still wet, letting it slightly fuse. So a tiny little bit of wet and wet going on the edges. I think these make excellent bookmarks, and you can see the general principles for this Christmas themed one, and then you could use those to create your own themes. And they would make nice Christmas presents as well, something extra, very special, more meaning to it, having been created by yourself. Then we're following the same principle for the tree, where we paint in the lights first of all. And I've got a yellowy orangey color coming in as well as the reds. And for the red robin, for his breast area and a little bit further up in the face area, we've got the Scarlet Lake going on, which is a nice color that's very impactful, very bright. So some detail involved here, but nothing major. Enough to tell a story that it's a red robin on a little branch there. Then just darkening up the little branch and then finishing off the detail of the robin with the brownish color over the head and then the tail feathers. Now the tree lights should have dried sufficiently. If not, use your hairdryer and then you can drop in the green and leave little white flecks here and there. That is emphasizing that the lights are on and there's a little bit of glow here and there. We're quite a long way through these bookmarks now. And I would mention at this stage that in a later video, I'll be demonstrating how you could, if you wish to seal these bookmarks. There are a couple of methods. You often see this asked online by people, what can I do to seal my artwork? In general, for paintings of watercolor, I do not seal them. They're matted and then behind glass, and that is sufficient. But if, like this, a bookmark, which is going to get regular use and handled regularly, you might want to seal them to preserve them longer. And as I said, there's a couple methods you could use, and I'll demonstrate that in a future video. So for the snowy area, the usual blue, and then drop in some darker blue at the bottom, dry off with your hairdryer, and there we have it, 4 really nice and effective Christmas-themed bookmarks. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.